All right, hold on, George.
It's because you're not here watching Tim flail.
Hi, and welcome to Insert Coin Theater.
Whee!
I'm Tim, and Reki keeps talking.
Shut up, it's not my problem.
She's addicted, man. Everybody's got their vices.
All right, we're not going to touch anything else today. We're done.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
Hands on screen at all times.
You guys can't
Hands on
see
screen.
me, so there's a lot of touching going on over here.
Oh, God.
All right, so
George, put your pants back on.
I'm Tim.
I'm
I'm
Reki.
George, coming from you from Saturday night.
We did that once.
Las Vegas.
All right, so this episode's a little stranger than normal because George is at home. I was too lazy to go pick him up because I've had one insane week, and I didn't want to drive him there and then drive him home. And
I could have
he's a
just
bum.
slept at your house. And we could have spooned like we used
You
to.
could have. Hey man, we're getting close to 200.
Oh,
You're gonna have to
God.
be over here one night.
Yeah, we'll have to do some kind of rearranging.
The
furniture
plan
or
still
whatever.
is at 200 follows.
I figured Caitlin
200
could sleep
followers.
in the living room, and then Tim and I could just spoon with the dogs.
I'm okay with that.
Bite me.
Or we could spoon with each
Oh,
other.
we'll see.
I get the
All
nice
right.
bed. You guys can spoon on the couch.
Our body heat will keep
Oh,
each other
God,
warm.
that sounds so beautiful.
It's gonna be a great show.
It's gonna be a great show.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, so we actually have a pretty good show lined up. We've got a fun little game. I came up with another
Oh,
mini game to
snap.
play.
Oh, good. Wait
It's
until you
not-
hear the sound
It's
clip.
not what's the name of the game. It's called Fact or Fiction, but we're not going to get into that yet. We will be
Well, I
getting
already
into that
smashed the
soon.
last
I'm so
game 'cause
excited.
I'm a beast. Straight up.
That's true. He did.
Pulled the clutch there.
So, yeah, well, these games will be games that you also don't
There
know.
will never
so
be a game I
it
don't
won't be
know.
just game-
I am a game genius.
if it's on a Nintendo console, sure.
Wait, so Devious
Shots
says who's got to be the big? I obviously have to be the big spoon because
No, I'm Big Spoon, bro.
literally
That would be jetpacking,
exactly.
Tim, because you're
I am
smaller than George.
I am two of you. How are you gonna spoon me?
We're gonna jetpack. Jetpack. We'll call it a jetpack joyride.
Oh, that's
Oh God.
Game reference.
Yeah.
Baboosh.
I wish we
Lame.
could do our puff thing.
Yeah. Well, let's do it anyways.
All right,
Let's
ready?
go. Right. Right.
Go.
Right. Ready.
Puff.
I was a little ahead of you. Sorry.
Nerds.
We aren't. But we're both
Exactly.
Hufflepuff, so
Ugh.
that's how we roll.
Hufflepuff
Terrible.
Puffs for days.
unite.
We like food.
And we like to say
and
puff.
we're hardworking, and we like to say puff.
That's the main thing.
That's all that's important. That's all that matters. All right, so we got a really, really fun show lined up. But before we get into that, George, guess what, dude?
Don't even say it out loud.
Yeah, Sari.
It is like
Snakes forever.
It's a little more than 7 days until Fallout 4.
Oh God!
Fallout 4.
It came quick. Wait, hold on
It
a minute.
did.
Hold
It
on a
came.
minute. We need to have about 5 seconds of a moment of silence for No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, it won't be releasing till June, right?
Yep. June 2016.
All right, so let's have a moment of silence for a fallen developer who lied to us
Yep.
repeatedly, and George put his faith in again. So it's the death of George's
Faith in games.
innocence. The death of George's innocence. Let's have a moment of silence.
Told you so. Just saying.
Reki, you're being disrespectful.
I can't.
A part of George died.
My homies because of you, Caitlin.
I care not at all.
God, I wish I could be
Oh,
there to
man.
just throw something at your head.
Smack me? Yeah, okay. I can be as mean as I want now.
This is gonna be a great show, guys. It's
It'd be
gonna be a great
great.
show.
Great
It's
episode.
gonna be great. So,
Poor Kendo. You're missing out, man.
so George, you been playing any games, man? Or do I have to kill you?
Just Destiny. I have been beta
Just
testing
Destiny?
a game,
That's
but
okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, really? That's pretty
Cannot
cool.
say anything about it.
Speaking of beta, I'm actually going to be trying out an alpha of a game tonight on stream. A game called Black Sea Odyssey that I
snap.
got sent. The public alpha goes live tomorrow, so I'll be playing it before most other
snap.
people get a
You
chance
are
to.
just
So
so
very
special.
excited. Probably going to play that around 9-ish, 9:30, something like that.
Did you hear about the first
I think-
trailer
yeah.
for Warcraft? It's going to be coming out November 6th. The
Warcraft,
movie.
what? Oh, cool.
I wonder how
pretty
it's
sweet.
going to do. It's probably going to be terrible.
Yeah, we'll see how terrible it looks.
EVS, I cannot
sure.
confirm nor deny such statement. Okay, so get off my back.
Reki, what have you been playing?
I have been playing one of the most amazing games ever.
Please
I
God,
got
not that
Tim
horror
got
game.
me Undertale. Undertale.
Oh, okay, alright.
It is hilarious and amazing and wonderful, and the music is gorgeous, and
Chiptunes.
the whole thing is just an emotional roller coaster that is
What?
awesome. And
You
everyone
have
should play it
emotions?
because it's amazing. I know,
Oh my
right?
God.
She's not a complete
I didn't even think
robot,
that possible.
believe it or not.
I never thought those words would come out of her mouth, honestly.
Yeah, well, she's been singing this game's praises for as long as she started playing
no, I was 15 minutes in, I'm like, I'm gonna love
Oh
this
my
game,
God.
and then I cried through the entire 2 hours of the ending, just bawled
Jesus,
my
Tim, you
eyes
weren't
out
there for
the
that,
whole
right? You didn't
time.
have to deal with that, right?
it. No,
Okay,
I was in the
thank
other room.
God.
Playing real
Exactly.
games. I'm just
Being
kidding.
an
I'm just
adult.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Being an adult and streaming like a real gamer.
Exactly.
Well,
See,
I just think that everyone should play it. It's a throwback to the old style JRPGs like Mother and
Mother.
Earthbound, and it's just
You know,
covered
Earthbound
in,
is Mother, right?
yeah.
Mother 3.
Tell your children not to
making
hear
sure.
my
Yeah.
words.
Some people don't know that though.
Well, it's that's video game trivia for you. Coming at you from Insert Coin Theater. Trivia!
And anybody who likes chiptune music or whatever
I'm
is
out.
definitely gonna love it.
It's Insert Coin Theater in the morning at WMKJ.
Tim?
MKJ?
The beat.
What is
I will
MK?
beat you with something in this room. I will
Oh,
find something.
God. It's gonna be a great episode today.
It's gonna be a great show.
Anyway, so what do we got on the slate today?
Oh, what do we got on the Slizzate?
The Slizzate Plizzate.
Well, why don't we start? Why don't we start with talking about rhythm games?
Oh, God.
Woo!
What is this, prison?
Woo!
I didn't know
I like rhythm.
going to
I
prison.
like rhythm games, but I'm
How do you-
terrible at them.
How do you feel about the new rhythm game revival? I mean, we got a new rock band and a Guitar Hero. What is this? 2006?
I just,
not-
My
I'm not-
mind.
care.
I hate
I don't
peripherals.
care anymore.
It boggles.
It was cool when it
Yeah.
first came out and it was like new and
And we had friends.
well, I
We were
can
in
never
high
say
school.
that.
Had
I can never say that.
friends.
Just saying. All our
We
friends
don't
are
have
online now.
friends anymore.
We have friends, but they're in like
Who
other
needs
countries,
friends?
so it's kind of hard to.
Who needs friends
Nobody.
anyways? You can play rhythm games with your friends across the country. That's why they have
God, Caitlin,
online.
seriously, you're
Really?
such
I
a
just
noob.
don't
Do you
feel
play
like
games?
that's.
You even lift, bro.
I feel like party game. I'm ignoring you, George. I
You
feel like
didn't
party
'cause you
games
had
need to
say
be in
something
the
to me.
like
You
land
failed.
style.
Anyway,
Oh man.
it was cool when it first started. Now it's just, they're just beating the horse with their plastic guitars.
Right?
They're just beating them to death. And then now it's like
And we got
the
some.
live thing now. It's like I don't want to pretend like I'm really in front of people. That's what I am, playing a guitar in my room by myself.
In
I
my
don't need
underwear,
fake
or
Right?
stark
so I
naked.
Can, so I can look terrible and not have anyone judge me for it.
Exactly. And be terrible.
I
at fake
prefer to play the
instruments.
drums completely nude, and I don't want people staring at me while I do
That's
it.
the only way I can get the good
Nah.
lean, you know, for the guitar. Being butt naked.
Oh,
Your underwear slow you
God.
down. You can't slide as quick.
Yeah. You guys, hey.
Oh my
I love how
god.
Tim instantly envisioned me
Oh,
butt naked
man.
sliding, and I know
Ugh, I'm damaged. Yeah,
You and George are a little.
you can't
Are we?
unsee it.
can't unsee.
Burned into your sweet, sweet brain.
Uh,
What was on the docket again? Okay, so
Ugh.
we're kind of just flying
Hurts my
off into
brain.
nudity and madness. So what are we actually
Okay,
talking
so
about?
rhythm games. I think that rhythm games on like the DS and stuff are really good though,
yeah, like theater rhythm, stuff like that.
and stuff. Yeah,
And there's a couple others that have come out recently. I'm not up on the rhythm games.
I want to play Project Mirai,
What is that?
the Miku
The Vocaloid one.
game.
I'd play that.
That was
But
weird.
I'm not a huge. I really like the rhythm games like Patapon and the Taiko Drum Master. Those were fun.
Oh my gosh, I love Taiko.
Yeah, those were good games.
Like the handheld ones that you don't have to buy 50 million peripherals for,
Yeah.
because
Sari-chan's right on the same page as you.
right,
She said,
right.
The Hatsune Miku game is fun. So yeah, I want to play it too. It looks like fun. What about you,
I don't
George? What
even
do you
know
think?
anything about any of the stuff you were just talking about.
Ow.
I don't know anything about those games.
You never played like
Tim.
Patapon?
You need to turn him down.
I have turned him down. He's
George,
turned
step
down
away
for
from your
the-
microphone.
Step away from
About
my
3
microphone.
inches.
On my face.
Well, pull it back a little. You're
Turn me down.
extremely
I'm not
loud.
even talking loud over here. Do whatever you
It's
gotta do.
Tim's
It's
fault.
not
I'm
me.
blaming
I
Tim.
can't do
Let me
anything.
tweak his volume.
Blame it,
Everyone's
Tim.
whining. I think you're fine.
I
dude.
am super
All right,
fine.
I think
well.
you're fine.
Super fine.
That's
I think
because
you're
you
alright.
don't have ears.
But
from-
everyone in chat is complaining. Bunch of babies.
But he always complains. Bunch of whiners.
All right. Is that a little better, everybody?
Thank
Is that a
you.
little better?
Now you're never
George?
gonna hear me as powerful as I once
know.
was.
I just want to hear the. I just want to
Sweet
hear the
serenade.
melodious sound of your voice, man. The sweet, sweet serenade.
Ah.
Furball says, I can see the headlines now. Man
Dude,
found
George
beat to
isn't
death
loud
with
in the
various
stream.
amiibos.
It's all you guys are insane.
Nintendo files a cease and
Turn
desist to
down
get the amiibos
your
removed
frickin-
from office. From the
My
orifice.
orifice.
Oh god.
I don't have any amiibos in my orifice that I know of.
Yet.
Nathan's trying to get me to turn you down until you're muted.
See?
I think that was his plan all
That's
along.
Yes.
Oh, that's too funny. All right,
Just make me
so
sick.
you don't really care either way, George?
About what?
Rhythm games. What are we talking
No,
about?
yeah. I
George
thought you
is
were talking
extremely
about
hard to
those-
control when he's not in person.
No, I thought you were talking about the bongo, whatever you guys were. I don't know anything about those.
No, they're rhythm games.
Yeah, they're all
what
like,
about them?
They're all
Just
rhythm
on the
games.
DS? Do
Like
you actually
DDS.
use instruments?
Yeah, they're on DS. Well, Patapon was on the PSP. And,
Yeah, you just press buttons in time with the music, and the better you are, the more points you get.
In Taiko Drum Master, you either poked or hit your screen with
Yeah,
the
with a
Taiko
little
Drum
stylus.
stick thing.
God, that sounds boring. You didn't have a fake guitar or
It's,
anything?
I mean, no, and it's
Well,
really
to
fun
each his own,
if you
to
like
each
that
his
kind of
own.
thing.
What about the DS Guitar Hero that actually turned your DS into a guitar? And you
Oh,
strummed on
that
the
was
DS
terrible.
screen and it had the buttons. Yeah,
That was
it
that
a
was
thing.
the worst.
The buttons would clip to the DS and you'd hold
You'd
it.
hold it in the back,
and you'd
and it was
strum.
Actually,
It
I
was
did
terrible. That was
play
poorly thought
poppin'
out.
Music.
Poppin', is that?
Yeah,
is that
no,
like
I
Poppin'
played that
Cookie?
one.
It was pretty fun. It was like
Did you play the one that was singing? That
no,
you could
this one
sing
just
into
had-
it?
No, it was just you press the buttons on the thing. A buddy of mine had the like controller or whatever you could say it was. It was pretty cool. Actually, I did play DDR a lot back in the day, but I feel like I said, it's just all it's all. They're just beating it too much. Just be done with it.
Yeah, Sarah
Yeah.
Chan, I remember Stepmania. We played that in high school all the time.
Furball, is Crypt of the Necrodancer a rhythm game? I didn't know that. If it is, cool.
What about you, Tim?
I don't really care that much. I mean, I'm not gonna buy another Guitar Hero set.
Yeah, no, not
Simple
gonna
as
happen.
that. Parappa the Rapper
that
was a
was
good
awesome.
one, Furball.
Forgot about
Space
that.
Channel 5.
Basically,
I
I,
like Space
think
Channel 5.
our consensus here is anything that doesn't require you to buy extra little plastic bits.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of peripherals. I mean, I'll play on somebody else's set, but I won't play on my own. Not a huge fan.
When
of
it
that.
first came
I don't like
out,
buying
I
my own
definitely
set.
did buy my own though. I had 2 guitars.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I never
we
bought
all had
Rock
a,
Band,
a
but
set
I just had the 2
We
guitars.
bought the whole Rock Band kit. We still have it in the back. We got
somewhere.
like 4
Gotta
guitars.
get rid of that.
we gotta get rid.
It's not worth anything. It's like just
Just
throw it out.
nostalgia
Right.
now.
To be honest. Yeah, pretty much.
It's one of those fads that came and went.
Yep, and I think that the instrument rhythm games are not gonna. This isn't gonna revive in this gen. I think the new ones are gonna flop. I think the new Guitar Hero game and Rock Band game.
I actually remember getting a demo disc that had Parappa the Rapper on it on PS2, and it was awesome.
Back when demo discs were a
Exactly.
thing.
I remember you like the one level you got to play is where you had to make like hamburgers, and it was like throw on the cheese. Just like yeah, a stick burger.
A rhythm dungeon
I'm
crawler.
so hungry.
That sounds
So hungry.
strange.
That sounds interesting.
Sounds kind of cool.
Dungeon
Furball.
crawler.
Sounds kind of something.
Crypt,
I would try
Crypt
it.
of the Necrodancer. That's
I would
good.
try
It's
it.
on sale right now, I think. Or
I'd
it
try
was. I don't think it is now, but huh. Cool. Well, why don't we look at another topic, because I don't want to make George cry.
I'll cry no matter what. Makes no difference. I always cry.
All right, so why don't we talk a little about the Payday 2 debacle? You heard about this,
No,
George?
sir.
I haven't heard anything about it, so explain
All
it.
right, so the developers of Payday 2, Overkill Interactive or Overkill, they said when they first started making the game, we will never add microtransactions to the game because we're gonna have 10 million DLCs.
Yeah, right.
Blah blah blah. Well, they have the 10 million DLCs and they just added microtransactions to the game, and they literally, that's what they said on a forum post, and people referenced it, and it said we will never add microtransactions to our game ever.
Now, is it them doing it, or is it the publisher forcing them to?
It's them. They self-published.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all money for them. It's just a never-ending.
That just seems so disrespectful to your fan base to do that kind of thing.
It is, and they're getting huge backlash. But
Like, what is it about companies that disrespect
Greed.
like people that play their games so badly that they can't?
greed?
Greed.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Their
it all
wallets
comes
are
down to
never
greed.
fat enough.
Nope.
That's in.
They are not.
Everything is doing microtransactions now too. I feel like it
I
can't.
mean, what other genre has this kind of thing? I mean, Hollywood and games, basically.
What's left?
Like, if a music artist did that, their career would be over.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna spell really bad for Overkill because, I mean, they had a really hardcore fan base. I mean, I was one of them. I even have a costume from the first Payday, and I think that they're gonna eat some crow. I think they're gonna definitely feel the burn from this one. And Furball said as soon as they released the first DLC system, I saw through them and boycotted the game. And I mean, I agree with you that it's pretty bad. I mean, they have a lot of DLC, and now they have microtransactions. It's like drops, like in CS:GO or Team Fortress 2, and you have to pay for like a key type thing to unlock the box and get like a weapon skin or whatever. But the fact, and they also have, but the weapon skins actually have stat variances, so you get better stats out of the weapons too. So it's actually like almost like a pay to win type system, which is even worse. So it's you buy the game, then you buy DLC until you're blue in the face, and then you buy microtransactions. It's like
That's
cash cow all over the place.
Awful.
Yep.
At that point, you're diluting what you were trying to do in the first place for nothing.
Just a-holes,
Yeah, it's
man.
pretty
Ruins
ridiculous.
everything.
Yep, they do, and it's.
Even Destiny
Such a
put in
terrible thing.
microtransactions now too. It's like you can't.
I'm
you
still,
can't escape
dude.
it.
I'm so disgusted with I know that it's all cosmetic, and I know that it doesn't affect the game, but I'm still really
there's
upset
signs that there's stuff
Bungie
that
did that.
is supposed to be that increasing your level and stuff from that. Like they had like looked back. I can't remember what the article was, but I was reading it. And there's finding evidence of other stuff they're gonna try to put for that fake money or whatever that helps your levels.
Once everybody's not paying
Exactly.
attention.
So it's like there's no once
And
you
I
do
love
the
that,
first one, regardless of whether it's aesthetic or whatever, it's like it's the path
Right.
to the dark side, man. It always is. Never
It
stops.
is. Well, I mean, some games have avoided it. I mean, CS:GO and TF2 have done a really good job at avoiding that. I mean, Valve is really good with that. I would say Guild Wars is pretty good. I mean, they're not necessarily pay to win in that regard. Because you can buy certain things, but they don't increase your level really. Like you can buy dyes and a lot of cosmetic items and stuff like that, but it's just there's a lot of like pay to wins that do it, or cosmetic shops that do it.
Well, there's
right.
always going to be the exception, of a few games that do it the way they
Right,
should.
of
be.
course.
But it's for Bungie. I know for a fact that what's going to happen is they're going to do this, and then they're going to get an explosion of extra sales from people buying the stupid stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, why don't
and then
we?
it'll taper
If
off.
this is selling so well, why don't we just put other stuff in there to keep actually increasing the level to make people sell? Because there's going to be people that pay the money to get some kind of gear piece that boosts your level. It's going to happen. That's all there is to it. So they're not going to be able to stop it. They want to do it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the problem.
and Kendo says Dirty Bomb's good, which I agree. That has a good system where
That's just costumes, right?
It's all cards. Well, they're not. I mean, it's all random cards, and then you buy the mercs. So you're buying the playable characters, and I mean that's just part of the system.
Well, can
but
you
can
buy
also buy
cards,
them
too?
with. But you can also buy them with in-game currency, so you don't have to pay real money.
Okay. So you're okay
So-
with it if you can get it either or.
Oh, I prefer it that
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
That's overall my preference. I mean, if I can, avoid paying real money, I mean, I'm more likely to actually spend more real money because that says, oh, well, they care enough about their fan base that they're going to offer it up to those who play the most and can earn it. And, if I don't want to play that much, I can just buy
Honestly,
what
I
want.
would prefer it if they're going to have any kind of microtransactions at all, it purely be cosmetic, and that's it. Because even
Yeah.
with that, you can still pay and have a better chance of getting better gear than a person who
That's
just
true.
does their normal amount of spins, which is still frustrating because then in a way I still feel like it's pay to win. Maybe not as easily to pay to win since it's random cards, that it picks,
Yep.
but you still have way more chances than the guy who doesn't pay cash. I would rather it be
Right.
just like Guild Wars has it where it's just all cosmetic, right?
Yeah, with the exception of like mining picks and things that you can buy in game. But you can like buy an infinite mining pick, but that's just for minerals. I mean, that's nodes that anyone can get, and you can buy the base level mining picks that have a certain amount of charges for in-game like silver and things
Yeah,
like
but that doesn't
So,
necessarily change the rate of the chance for anything
no,
dropping,
no,
right?
it doesn't.
You just can
Your
mine
your
more
chance is all based off your
okay.
luck, which you get luck from breaking items down, and
Okay,
everybody
so
does
yeah,
that.
so
So
that's the way I'd prefer, just because I don't want anyone to get
Yep.
an advantage unless you're good. I mean,
Right.
if you're good at the game, then perfect. But for you to be able to just pay and
And
win is
Nathan-
garbage.
Nathan says League of Legends does it right, and I think Smite does as well, where it's
cosmetic
it's
as
all
well,
just
right?
straight
Yeah.
cosmetic, yeah. And League of Legends is the same way, where it's just straight cosmetic. I mean, you can pay extra money to unlock champions or gods, but you don't have to. You can earn them through in-game
Yeah.
currency. It's just the skins
that's
that you buy.
my one problem. It's like if you can't earn it through games, like playing the game, you can't earn it. You have to pay for it.
Yeah,
That really makes
yeah.
that I will pretty much that turns me off a game real fast.
Furball says it's a thing now known as leaving money on the table. He says he thinks it's a horrible tactic that isn't in itself a bad thing, but devs withhold content now and make things unnecessarily grindy in order to force users to buy shortcuts because they can't afford the 100,000 hours they need to force into the game. It's used badly, but the idea itself isn't too bad, and I agree with that.
It's just all
I mean,
how it's
it-
done. How it's all laid on the table.
That's right. It definitely shouldn't be. It shouldn't be impossible or a ridiculous task to unlock things. I feel like Dirty Bomb is a little grindy. They could really tweak that, but the same thing with Smite and stuff like that. I feel like they're a little grindy, but they definitely could tweak it and make it really, really good. And I agree with Furball that it's not done right frequently, but it's not a bad concept in theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody agree
Yeah,
with that?
I don't agree.
We all on
Yes,
the same
sir.
page? You on the same page? Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah,
Kill him
yeah.
with fire.
Kill it with fire. Kendo says Awesome Knots is good. All but 5 characters. There's a huge amount of heroes that are free that you have to level to get, and all the DLC besides the fairly cheap character pack is really, really well thought out and cool cosmetics. I have not played Awesome Knots in a very long time. I didn't even know it was still going. I honestly thought it had kind of croaked over. Alright. Let me see. What else we got? Why don't we talk a little bit about MMOs? MMOs and difficulty. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I was reading a very interesting thread on Reddit Games that was about, I'm sorry, True Gaming, my bad. That was about games like EverQuest and the nostalgia goggles around those, right? And they're viewed with like this weird reverence because I've tried to play EverQuest. I did not enjoy it. But they have this weird reverence
Like any
about
retro
them.
game.
Well, it's true, but
Nostalgia goggles.
So, and we're gonna get to that because that's an important point with this. But the core fan base of it said that it was challenging. Things like dying and having to make it back to your corpse, or you lose items. Huge aggro radiuses of mobs, and they would follow you through the entire zone. They would never de-aggro unless you left the zone, like zoned out.
Dang.
And to me, that's not fun.
No.
That's a pain.
At
Yeah.
a certain point, you have to balance fun versus difficulty.
Right. And
But
games
some
like
people
games like
like
WoW, you know,
Games that are stupid hard.
and some people do,
Yeah.
but games like WoW, which streamlined it, are
They're too
viewed as plebeian almost. And I mean, and classic WoW was not a walk in the park.
No, but modern day WoW is definitely hold your hand through.
It is.
Here, have a map. I remember when we had to look at, like, to read the quest text to find out where to go and then to match the words on the map and stuff. But now it's like, just pull down your map and go to that
Right.
glowing area. That
Right.
I don't know. I feel like they lost a little bit in that by getting too handholdy.
I feel like they lost a lot of that. I mean, WoW, the start of World of Warcraft was definitely, it's what pulled me in the first place, was the challenge of even the 5-man dungeons were difficult. I mean, you would do
You have
Upper
to work
Blackrock
together.
Spire, and that was a 10-man dungeon,
Yeah.
and it became a 5-man eventually, but it was 10 people that had to work together to complete just a regular dungeon. I mean, this wasn't a raid or anything; it was just a dungeon, and there were a lot of things like that where it was a true challenge, and it was according to what I read on this thread, a lot of the hardcore EverQuest fans felt that the dungeons were on par with the EverQuest dungeons in WoW, in vanilla WoW. So I found it very interesting that that other folks felt that WoW was like a real challenge, and I feel like they balanced simplicity of the UI and less punishment for death and the ability to get out of an aggro radius really fairly easily, to keep it fun, and they balanced it really well with the challenge. And I think they've kind of lost their view in terms of where they were going. Like, how do you feel about that, George?
It's hard to say. I never played EverQuest, so I don't know, how on par it is with WoW. And I honestly didn't even get to WoW till about Wrath of the Lich. So I never got to play vanilla WoW to even compare, how difficult it was. But I know you spent a lot of time in there, and you said that it really was challenging. It took a lot of teamwork to really get through the end game content. But for the most part, from when I played, the end game content was pretty challenging, but the beginning stuff was pretty just, rinse and repeat, same old, wasn't too difficult. But
Right.
I don't know what it is about it. It just pulls me in for the most part.
I think it comes down to an accessibility issue. The more accessible you make your game, the easier. It's kind of like the developers want to make a game that is going to attract a lot of people, not just that niche crowd that has a lot of time to like strategize and get groups together and stuff. They want that crowd that's just going to pop in for 20 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a balancing game that no one wins, I think.
Yeah, and you end up alienating your core fan base to bring in a more casual crowd,
or the other way around,
or vice versa. And it is a hard balance to strike. I feel like they had it balanced in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, and I feel like they really lost the plot somewhere in there. Nathan says that old WoW was a lot better. It's too easy now, and I agree 100%. I feel like they've oversimplified, even though they have challenge modes and things like that. I just feel like it's too simple. It's made too easy for people to really take advantage of and
didn't
get loot. It's like
rid
loot
of
pinatas.
like the whole thing about theory crafting? Now it's just like everything's
there's
the exact same class. There's no really making it your own.
That's right. There's 3 choices at certain points in leveling, and rather than every level, you would have points to spend how you wanted, and you could really customize a character. And now, granted, there were better ways of doing it and more efficient ways of doing things, but the advantage that was pulled in with that was that people actually felt like their build made a difference.
Exactly.
Even if they just used the same build as everyone else, they could research that and figure it out.
And then there's idiots like me who run around with a sword on a mage.
Right.
Because it's cool and funny.
Right. But there's nothing wrong with that because you were able to. I mean, you were able to do whatever you wanted. And
right, but now it's like you couldn't do whatever you wanted. You can't just completely go off base like that.
So Kendo says with WoW now, they're trying to appeal to a market that doesn't really exist. Why would I play a boring thing when I could play that flashy shooter or that new cover shooter?
I think saying it's MMO. I know you said earlier MMOs were too boring for you, Kendo, but I think that's really just a genre thing.
Yeah, I mean, what I find interesting is that there are a lot of people who like to go fight giant bosses and just get loot rained on them. And more power to them. And that's what WoW does. It really enables players to just get in and get loot and get really powerful really fast and feel really strong. And one of the things that was important to me was the teamwork and the strategizing and the working really hard to earn your loot and things like that, and having a guild and really putting forth the effort to exceed in a situation where it feels impossible.
And if your game's about that, stick with it. It's the only time any game really fails is when it tries to appeal to everyone.
Yep.
It's just not going to happen. Pick your niche and stay there.
Yeah, I agree with that, for sure.
I
How
agree,
about you, George?
yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well,
We're all just in a super happy agreement mode this episode.
Well, you got to pick a topic that's going to polarize us and everybody.
Polarized. I don't have many good topics tonight then. Wah.
All right, fans / watchers / chat people, give us a polarizing subject so we can yell at each other for a bit.
Or we could just go into we could go into fact or fiction.
We should yell at each other a bit and then go into fact or fiction.
I like
Yell at each other. I don't want to yell at each other.
We're having such good chemistry. Why would you try to ruin that, Caitlin?
Because it's funnier when we yell at each other.
Is it a blast
Just
when we yell at each other?
Your misery always amuses me.
George, your face is ugly and I hate
misery.
you.
Not everybody's just yours.
Just mine. Why
Although-
don't I go play a scary game then? Will that entertain
Yes,
you? Are you not
that will entertain
entertained?
There you go. See, just be scared, Tim, more
There.
often. That's what she's into.
Let's do some fact or
She
fiction.
feeds off your fear.
Sarah's right on that scare Tim
You
line.
could just try to scare Tim and get him to scream again.
Yes.
No. All right, so let's play fact or fiction.
Oh god, here we go.
All right, so let me play the little intro I made. It's freaking amazing, man. It's awesome. George, you're gonna be able to hear it too, I think. So here we go. Is it a fact or is it a fake? It's fact or fiction.
Oh
Let me play that
my
one more time just so you can hear it.
Is it a fact or is it a fake? It's fact or fiction.
God,
There you go.
that is insane.
All right, so I'm off the hook tonight, man. All right, so fact or fiction is a game that I put together where I went out and I made up some facts. I came up with some facts.
Chat is blowing up. They think you're hilarious.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm a beautiful singer. All right, but
Everyone is just speechless.
everyone's like, "Wow!"
All right,
awesome.
get to the
Thanks,
game.
man. So I'm gonna read out a line, a piece of information, and chat can join in if you guys want.
But me and George mostly.
George and Reki, I'm gonna ask one or the other, and you guys have to tell me if it's a game fact or a fiction about said game.
I'm gonna
whatever
beat
game
you,
I give
George.
you information about.
We'll see.
Some of them I've made up. Some of them are true. Some of them are just
we can
standard
both
facts,
answer,
so-
right?
Why not? Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
get it
all
right,
right.
then
We'll get a point.
Yeah, but don't always just guess the opposite. So
No,
someone always
of course
gets a point.
not. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with what I believe in, whether
Okay.
George does or not.
All right,
doesn't.
so chat, feel free to join in.
Correct.
Reki, just make sure you don't look at the screen. so
she'll
you don't
cheat.
see
I
you're in the room.
literally cannot. No, I can't because I don't have my glasses on and I'm sitting far enough away from the screen that
Sweet.
it's a blank white,
All right,
like nothing.
I would say
I
that too.
cannot see it.
so
Okay.
let's start with our first fact or fiction.
All right.
All right. So, the cutscenes in Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 feature reused animations for the combat scenes.
Oh, for sure. That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with true.
Fiction! You guys
Really?
are wrong.
All
The
right.
game's cutscenes featured the first new lightsaber footage filmed in 14 years since the release of Return of the Jedi in 1983.
Well, that's only the
Wow,
game
all
Tim
right.
played, so that doesn't count.
All right. You guys...
Kendo, you say it's a 50-50 chance, but I say it's 50-50-90. 90% of the time you get it wrong.
90% of the time, it works every time.
Oh,
The
Kendo.
Sex Panther
Ugh.
rule. All right.
What? Never. No. Continue.
All right.
I don't.
So
wanna.
I'm gonna try to add a bit more pause.
Okay, so
that
the chat can get in
yeah,
on
so
it.
everyone can think about it and guess. So
So be quite
all right.
fast there, chat.
The game Dead or Alive Dimensions on the 3DS was not released in Sweden, Norway, or Denmark because of the ability to place characters in risque poses.
God,
What do you
I
guys
want to say
think?
fact.
What do you think, Reki?
I don't think they're that bad. I'm gonna go false.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, let me tell you, that's a fact.
Damn.
Swedish law states that it's illegal for anyone under the age of 18, real or not, to pose or be in pornographic material. Ayane, Kasumi, and Kokoro in DOA are underage and could be modeled into quote-unquote pornographic poses in the game's showcase mode.
So, looks like everybody but me and Tex get a point there.
All right, so George got that one.
Yep.
You guys both got the other one wrong, so I'm keeping track.
All right.
I'm keeping a scoreboard. So George.
Darn it, George. Start losing.
All right, George is winning with 1 point.
Jerk.
George is winning. Did Tex get that one right? Tex got that one. Keep track of that.
Tex lost it. Everyone else did.
Oh, everyone else got that. Okay. Keep track of your points, guys. All right. Next one. George, you'll probably know this one. The opening of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 shows Krillin with Trunks and Goten. Krillin is incorrectly shown as having hair.
Say that again. My thing was like cutting out. I couldn't hear anything.
Likely.
I will read it again. The
Caitlin,
opening
I'm winning,
of
okay, so
don't
I don't want to hear it.
don't be George. Don't be
I'm
googling
not.
this.
Come on now.
You better not Google it.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. All right. The opening of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 shows Krillin with Trunks and Goten. Krillin is incorrectly shown as having hair.
Oh God. And I love that game too.
I know.
I mean, I got false.
I really
Whatever,
want
it's
to
a
say
guess.
false because I feel like they probably wouldn't do that, but I feel like they are probably is stupid enough people to do that. I'm gonna say true.
You're going to say true.
Yep.
You are wrong, George.
Woo!
Reki is right.
I should
Yeah.
have my gut too.
It is actually
I just had
reverse.
to not do it.
Krillin was mistakenly shown as bald, but during that era, he was supposed to have regrown his hair.
Oh, Sari-chan got the
Sari-chan
bonus
knows that
point.
one. Boom! Sari-chan gets a bonus
Wow.
point.
Get it, girl.
Very good,
Get it, girl.
Sari-chan. Very good. All right, here's
All right.
a
I
Nintendo
got it.
one.
It's true. It's
Come
true.
on, these are all tailored
It's
towards
true.
George. Where's the ones that I'm gonna know?
George, how well do you know
Oh
Kirby?
God, not that well.
Exactly. So it's okay. All right, in Kirby 64, the
Oh,
Crystal
I know that
Shards,
game.
which was on the
Jesus.
N64,
Oh, fuck it.
the noise played when Kirby collects an invincibility candy is the same as in all other Kirby games, making it the common thread between all the games, aside from the characters, of course.
No.
God.
Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
I'm gonna go with fiction.
All right. Give everyone a chance to think about it. It's fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
The invincibility candy noise in this game is unique to the series.
Yeah.
That was close.
It's unique to the series.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Okay.
Chat's doing good. They got
Yeah,
that one,
chat's
too.
doing all right. Chat's doing all
Phone
right.
a friend. Kendo,
Kendo.
this is not Millionaire.
All right. So here's a PC game question. The PC game Limbo of the Lost was pulled from sale after it was discovered the devs had stolen art assets from other
That's true.
games.
Yeah, I'll say true.
Don't just say true because I'm saying true. Just because I said it
No, I
confidently
think I
is
remember hearing
probably
that, didn't
wrong.
You probably read about it at some point.
So is it true then?
Maybe. Maybe not.
You gave away the answer.
Well,
It's yes.
why would I
It's
have read
yes.
about
It's
something
Well-
that's
yes.
false? Way to
It
be,
is- it
way
is
to be a
fact.
shitty host, Tim.
Well, I gave everyone time. It is a fact. Game assets were stolen from various games, including Diablo 2, Morrowind, Oblivion,
Oh,
Thief,
yeah.
Deadly
I
Shadows,
do remember that.
Enclave, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Unreal Tournament, 2003 and 2004, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Painkiller, and
Where
Silent
was
Hill for the
Secret
Room.
Once no game.
There was no. It was just a
It's
mash.
just a mishmash of random textures.
Everybody in chat got
Everyone
that
in chat got that one. I'm sure most
You know
of
what's
the
real
PC
awesome
gaming crowd.
is that I had no clue, and I
remembers
just
that.
pulled the clutch and guessed yes, and that was spot on. And there was like some huge article about it. Sweet man.
one. Hey George, go eat a gym sock.
All right.
Sixth sense.
This one, George. If you don't get this
Do I
one,
lose
I'm
all
just
game cred.
You know what? When are my questions gonna come up on here?
They're coming up. They're towards the end.
All right.
Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS
Oh,
contains,
God, on DS, I'm
contains a
screwed.
Legend of Zelda style level.
Yes, true.
Reki?
Don't pick it because I pick it because I swear
Sure.
to God I have no clue.
What do you say?
I never got to play the handheld.
Like, what do you mean
games.
style level?
Like a Legend of Zelda style level.
Like
it could be
art
textured as
assets,
it, or
or-
it could be in the same style as a Legend of Zelda
Sure. Let's
level,
go.
something like that.
They like to cross over.
They do actually a lot.
And my pen ran out of ink.
Because I know I've
Pencil, that
played
won't
one
run
of
out
the
of ink.
latest Mario's, and like there's a whole
Devious
entire,
Furball. I haven't heard about any of
whole
that.
entire like sculpture of Link, like
7
8-bit,
Days to Die.
Did they, Furball? I didn't know Fun Pimps got in trouble with that in 7 Days to Die. Interesting. Well, you guys are both correct. The level uses a top-down view,
Yep.
has lots of rooms, and has no stompable enemies. There's a secret room, which is revealed with a Zelda sound effect when you find it. And it was done for the 25th anniversary of The Legend of
Bam,
Zelda.
son.
Of course, cross.
Interestingly enough, it was level 5-2, which reverses 25
Oh,
for the 25th
snap,
anniversary.
those tricks.
Very
And
clever.
we beat out the chat.
That's right, Jim.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me. I know everything about Nintendo. I am Nintendo.
Oh God!
Don't
Don't
get him
start.
started.
Oh, chat's gonna
Yes.
blow up.
That's what we want.
All right.
Interaction.
Pimpson. Pimp.
All right.
Pippins.
All up
Here we
in
go.
the cribs. Papa
Ready for the
like
next
us
one,
hot.
guys?
Yeah.
Ready for the next? All right. Dr. Robotnik's name is misspelled as Dr. Robotonic in Sonic Rush on the DS.
God, I want to say yes because those
Who's it
games are
localized
so
by?
horrible. I'm gonna go.
So Dr. Robotnik's name is misspelled as Dr. Robotnik
You know,
or
I'm gonna say
Robotonic
false.
I feel
in
like-
Sonic Rush on the DS.
I feel like they just didn't care at that point, so I'm gonna go true.
Go
You go
false.
true?
Yeah.
Okay, give chat a second. Give chat a second.
You may hear a screaming child, but I cannot control that.
All right.
Ooh, chat is divided.
You were right, George. It's fiction.
Yes.
It was actually misspelled
Sarah
in
Chan is
the game
winning.
in the game Sonic the Fighters, which was released in arcade, PS3, and Xbox
What? In
360.
the arcade?
Yeah, well, by that time they didn't care anymore.
Yeah, it came out on
Speaking
arcade.
of arcade, Tim,
All right.
did you hear about that Pokemon fighting game that was in arcades, but now is going to come to the Wii?
Oh,
I can't remember where it's.
Pokken Fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Looked,
Yeah,
Heard
it's
about
gonna be
that.
awesome.
Pretty cool. Like I might play.
All right, don't distract him.
Are you ready for the next one? In Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the horns available to purchase for a car plays a selection from Tchaikovsky's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
God, I wish I even knew what that sounded like.
Yes.
If I could hear what it sounded like, I could answer better. Is that an option? Is that a possibility?
Can I give him a hint?
Can you hum it?
No, that's false. That's false.
And Reki says true.
Yeah.
All right, give Chad a second to think about it. Give our listeners a
Honestly,
second to think.
I probably got
I
this
feel
wrong.
Sarah agrees with me, true. So I feel like it's gonna
The
be.
thing is,
you mean
it's
here.
probably true because Tim was probably playing the part that he just sounded out. That was the actual horn, what it plays. But I'm gonna stick to my answer just to go with the fact that I already could have gotten it wrong. So
All right, chat's in. What is it?
All right, Reki is
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
George,
Was
I'm
I
sorry.
right,
All right, you
though?
guys are
Did I
tied
call
up
it,
5-5.
Oh, are we?
But you are right. That's the
Exactly.
exact
See?
section that the horn
Sister
plays.
hive mind
I
indeed.
should have went with.
All
I should have
right.
pulled it, but I didn't want to change it after
So,
I already said it was.
It is a fact. This, along with Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries, Edvard Grieg's, God, I can't speak, In the Hall of the Mountain King, and others make appearances in the game as well, as car horns, no less.
I just, God, I would
All right.
not buy it because it is so long.
All right, these ones are double doubles. There are two
Oh,
two
boy.
with double facts from the same
Oh,
game.
God.
Uh oh.
First,
Do both have to be true or false?
Or
Are
can
they
it
the
be
same
one
or
or
is
the
it
other?
different?
It can be one
Oh,
or the
for
other.
f***'s
Oh,
sake, man.
This is goddamn it, Tim.
In Dying Light, there is a store called Left 4 Bread in reference to Valve's Left 4 Dead game.
True.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys both say it's true.
Yeah.
You're both saying it's true.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright.
But the fact that you did do two in a row, it probably could be false, but I'm still going to stick with two. Or true, I mean.
Alright. It is true.
Yeah.
It is a bakery in the game called Left 4 Bread.
Awesome.
Sweet.
All right.
Awesome.
Next Dying Light one.
Yep.
You guys ready? In Dying Light's Japanese release, all the blood in the game was pixelated over.
False.
Okay. This is Japan we're talking
I'm
about.
still gonna say false. Japan's
Okay.
gotten. I think they've gotten a little better.
Yeah, I'm gonna say blood is
Kendo knows
alright.
this one, apparently.
False.
You're going to say it's fiction?
Yes.
All right. You both say fiction.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Western games, come on now. They want them in their entirety. No, it was green. This isn't Resident
Kendo
Evil.
is correct.
Is Resident Evil?
Kendo-
Oh my god.
Kendo is correct. In Dying Light's Japanese release, all the blood in the game was changed from red to green. It was
that
not
is-
pixelated.
that
You are
is
both
sad.
correct.
Yay.
Very nice.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, don't they usually just change it to green?
Yes, they do.
Nice.
They did that
All
in
right.
Resident Evil, too.
All right, now here's our second double. You guys ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Okay.
In Cars 2,
Oh,
the video game.
Wait, did we get that last one
And
right
it's-
or wrong? Okay.
You got it right.
got it right.
You both said fake. Yeah, you said false. All right. In Cars 2, the video game's German release, a Waffen SS flag can be seen in the background of one scene.
no.
Say that again. What game?
In Cars 2, the video game's German release, a Waffen SS flag, which is the Nazi flag, can be seen in the background of a
I'm gonna
cutscene.
say false
No.
because that would have blown up.
They're
dude.
really obsessive
that would
with
have
that
been
stuff.
blown up.
All right. Give you all a second to think about it.
With how careful Disney is, nope.
Everyone in chat seems to agree. And they'd be correct. That is a lie. I
Yeah,
made
that
that up.
shit's so
Dude,
illegal.
that would, like, seriously, that would have blown up. People were
Yes,
like,
you are
"Oh my
correct.
We would have been hearing that still.
Well, Tex, you know what I mean. It's close enough. It is a Nazi-related flag. God damn.
So, see,
Screw
you
you,
never,
Tex.
you
All
never
right.
can win.
Next one. In Cars 2, the video game's German release, the intro cutscene was censored, removing a scene involving Gatling guns and explosions from a tunnel.
Sure. Yes.
God, how?
What do you say,
I'm trying
Dick?
to think. Are Germans
These are both
really,
about the German release.
Germans really that?
These are
bitches?
toughies.
Come on. It's like
What is it? What are we at?
I'm gonna go with fiction.
Gonna go with fiction. Gonna go with fiction. Well, Reki's correct.
God,
Ooh.
really?
It is a
What
fact.
little bitches.
They
Yeah,
censored.
they are very,
they removed
very
the Gatling guns
censor-happy.
and explosions from a tunnel in Cars 2,
That
the
is
video
sad.
game.
Yep.
That is sad.
Yeah,
They're-
regional differences, yo. All right,
They're very touchy about those sometimes.
They're not
Yes.
even. People.
all right. Ready
Oh
for
my
the
God.
ready?
Don't
ready,
be a racist.
Ready for the
Not
next one?
Germans, the cars.
Wasn't
Jesus, you're
Oh.
racist. See where your mind goes. We know who you hate now. God.
All right,
George, that's
you ready?
who I hate.
Jesus.
All right. Included in the game Dukes of Hazzard on the SNES are the first 3 articles, and these are in the game files. I didn't specify that. Included in the game files of Dukes of Hazzard on the SNES are the first 3 articles of the Constitution of the United States of America. Included in the game files of Dukes of Hazzard on the SNES are the first 3 articles
I'm gonna
of
say
the
false.
Constitution of
I
the
don't-
United States of America.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false because they didn't have the space to just be putting random shit in there.
Okay.
Although it does kind of sound like some rednecky, but we're gonna go with false.
Okay. Okay.
God, I don't know. Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, screw it. I'll stick with false.
Nathan? Included in the game files of Dukes of Hazzard on the SNES are the first 3 articles of the Constitution of the United States of America.
That's disgusting if it is. Seriously. Oh my god.
I hope not. I'll feel depressed if it is.
That is
Okay.
fiction.
Good.
However,
Uh-oh.
in the game Gem Smashers for the Wii, it was included.
That's fine.
The
Wii
weird
has
thing,
space.
they're an Italian developer.
They just love America.
Yeah. Fun fact.
America.
Right, so you guys both
Nathan,
got that
knock
one.
it off.
America. I will slap you, Nathan. All right. The game Beyond Good and Evil, you remember that game?
Yep.
Pretty good game, pretty solid game. Was once packaged for free with each pack of a Canadian cheese stick brand.
No way. If that was...
The game Beyond Good and Evil was once packaged for free with each pack of a Canadian cheese stick brand.
That you can't make that shit up. I'm gonna say true.
Oh, God.
I can make some stuff up.
Don't...
Are you saying you made it up?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you. You said you can't make that up, and I can make it up.
Well, now I feel insecure about my answer.
Tex. Don't be nationalist, bro.
I'm gonna go with false simply for the fact that if it is true, that is awesome for them. Like that is, I would buy all of the cheese. Maybe
Right,
it was
so
like
you
a
say
mail-in
false.
rebate.
Reki?
Yeah. I
Say
mean, I'm
true?
not gonna change my answer once I say
Yeah,
it.
you say true?
Yeah.
All right. Actually, that's true.
There you
Yeah.
go.
The brand is called Cheeseheads. Cheeseheads Cheese. And it was packaged for the sequel that was supposed to come out, but I don't think it ever got finished. Did a sequel of that ever come out? But it's in like 2009 or something like that.
That's
But yeah.
awesome, man. Good for them.
That is
freaking
cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. All right. Next. Optimus Prime made his way into Assassin's Creed. Optimus
God,
Prime
see,
made
that's
his
the
way
thing.
into Assassin's Creed.
I'm gonna say true.
In the
because
modern
it could just
day,
be
maybe.
like a voice of something. Because you didn't say him personally.
That one's vague.
You
That one's
didn't say
vague.
personally as himself made it, so I'm gonna go with true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say true because there's so many ways that could go.
All right.
I
all
love
right.
Sari. She's like, this is so weird. Now I want cheese.
Cheese is delicious. Not gonna lie.
It's hilarious. So what was it?
All right. Give
Chad a minute.
Yep, give everyone a second to think. Think hard. Is that your
I only
final
like to
answer?
think soft.
Oh my god.
That is a fact. That is a fact. On
okay.
various buildings around the world, there are arrangements of windows designed to look like the front of Optimus Prime in truck form. Yeah, there's videos of it all over the YouTubes.
Wait.
All right. An object in Sneak King, the Burger King game, was changed in the U.S. release because it looked suspiciously like a sperm.
But it wasn't changed in other countries' release?
Nope.
Yeah, alright, true.
Okay.
I remember playing that.
Just to be different, I'll go false.
Okay. Give me just a second.
And if it was taken away, they need to
Give them a
They
second.
need to frickin' put the semen back in Burger King. Because Burger King, you can have it
Okay,
your
thank
way.
you. If you want the special sauce.
The special
You can
sauce.
have it your way.
All right. So let me tell you one thing. First off, it's
Yes.
fiction.
Okay,
So George got that one right.
yeah.
Now, it actually happened in a fast food game, the game McDonald's Treasureland Adventure for the Sega Mega Drive. The magic power-up items,
Did you shoot out
the graphic for it,
Yeah.
actually shared a visual similarity to the Little Swimmers. So
Sweet.
that's why they
'cause
changed it
that
in the
was
U.S.
Special sauce they were trying to tell everyone.
And it's true. It's true. All right.
Kendo says Jesus America One X, an arcade game about McDonald's, right as you're talking about the McDonald's game.
Now I want McDonald's.
Yeah, I
Dang
do
it.
too.
Hungry. All right.
All right.
In Professor Layton and the Unwound
you go,
Future,
Caleb.
I love that
This is
game.
all
every
you.
puzzle in the game,
I love that game.
in Professor Layton and the Unwound Future, every puzzle in the game has hints on how to solve it.
I'd say yes.
I mean that's the point of the game.
Okay.
I feel
say
like
yes?
oh my god, I'm gonna say yes, but I feel like the answer is no because it's a trick question.
George
So,
says
yeah,
yes.
well, like that's the point. That's how you figure out puzzles. Is hints.
Yeah.
Just pull it out the woodwork.
Okay.
And if they didn't,
Okay.
they
Right.
cheated, and I hate them.
Yeah.
We're not wizards.
All right. We're gonna go true, both of us.
And waiting for chat. All right, you guys are really friggin' wrong.
Really?
There's one puzzle that does not offer any hints. It's called the Diabolical Box
Oh, well,
Reopened.
see, that probably makes sense. Diabolical. They're a-holes.
Furball is
Exactly.
the only one that got that.
Yeah, yeah. Hello
Very
to
nice.
Jack Serix. Thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Well, that's
to see you.
because Devious is...
Very nice.
Feel free to
Furball.
join in.
I know you're
No, I don't think
No,
TV
he's
is.
not
I know
Googling it.
games. You are
He
a
wouldn't do
devious
that.
furball.
In Beautiful Joe
awesome
2,
game.
there is a
Or the
there is a
original
box
one.
of donuts you can attack, upon which it will disappear. Later in that level, a large donut falls from the sky
Oh my
that you can
gosh.
break. Jack Sarix,
I'm
thank
gonna
you for the
say
follow.
yes
Thank you very
because That
much.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, that sounds like something that
That
would happen.
sounds
I believe it.
so awesome.
Okay.
I really hope that that's true because
All right.
that is freaking sweet.
Okay, we could give everyone else a chance to think about it and put their answers into
And
chat
if
if
Tim,
they
that's
want.
made up, you made that up, you are a genius. Because that would be the most amazing thing in the world. I would buy 10 cups. Now I almost hope that it's false, so you're that awesome, really.
Then it won't be.
Believe it or not, it's
Damn,
fiction.
yes!
Really?
However,
You made that up?
I didn't make that up.
Oh, okay.
It's in the game Aliens, Colonial Marines. Texaset knows it.
Oh, Tex, very
Tex
nice.
got
Tex
it.
get a bonus point.
Tex gets a bonus point. There is a level, Mission 7, you shoot a box of donuts and then a giant donut rolls down the hill at you.
That's awesome. Too
Very
bad
nice.
That was the only good part of that game.
Right.
So,
Dang it, Tim.
there you have it. I'm not that good,
seriously,
but
I
all right.
really was hoping that you were pulling the clutch on that.
We got 3 more.
What? These all gotta be mine because I haven't had any really
You're
good
talking
ones
about
come up
Leighton
for me yet.
Professor Bobo or whatever his
Well,
name
one
was.
of them, Professor
one.
Layton was yours, and then you got 2 more that are yours.
All right. That's
Okay.
like, how many was George's?
Like
Was,
3 or 4.
5, 10, all of them.
Jesus,
Okay,
Kate, I'm
next.
sorry I've played
In
more
Lego,
games than you. I'm sorry.
in Lego Batman 3, there is a weeping angel from Doctor Who found in one area.
I believe that.
You're gonna say
I'm gonna
fact?
say fact,
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
I hope so. I don't watch Doctor Who, and I
George
hate
is gonna
everything,
say
but
fact?
oh well.
Okay.
Chat is polarizing over whether Colonial Marines was
A good
shit
game or
or
not.
good. Settle down, people. Settle down.
It's fun to see them argue. It's fun to see them rip each other apart like rabid wolverines.
Yeah, 'cause we are sad.
All right.
You're so right.
So that one is a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
In the Hall of Doom, you see it. It moves its hands from its face when the camera moves away from it, and covers its face back up when the camera focuses on it,
Like a boo.
like a boot, a little bit.
Roses
All
really
right.
smell like boo, boo, boo.
Ready for the next one? This one's yours as well, Reki.
All right.
In King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne, there's a chance Superman can be seen flying in the background of one scene.
I believe that.
I have no idea about that game, so false.
Okay. Give everyone a chance. In King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne, there's a chance Superman can be seen flying in the background of one scene. Enter your answers now.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop,
I need to have some, like, music. Kendo, no thanks for the follow, I hate you.
Stop unfollowing, Kano.
He does it every day.
I know.
He loves us that much.
Fact or fiction?
Oh,
Superman in King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne.
okay. Go for it.
That's fiction.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's actually a random chance for the Batmobile to spawn in a cave. Alright, we are at the last question, and this is unprecedented. You guys are tied,
Holy
Yes.
shit.
but this is a Mario
It's
question.
done.
Oh,
And I wasn't
this isn't
expecting
fair.
it. I wasn't
Tim,
expecting
Tim,
it.
Tim, honey. Tim,
Yeah.
how is that my question? I've never played King's Quest 2.
You had 3. Oh, I thought you played the King's Quest games.
9.
There you go. That's already more than I played, so you already had a better chance.
Oh,
I don't
Bite
know.
me.
I didn't know which ones you played.
this
or
was
not.
rigged. There was exactly 2 games in here I knew about.
George may know this one, though. That sucks. That's a bummer.
The odds are is I probably won't. Really, I literally have not played every Mario game unless it was on a console. Then you're screwed. If it was not a if it was on a handheld, you have just as good a chance as I do.
I don't want to get smoked by my wife. She's
Just
mean.
ask your damn question.
All right, I'm going to ask the question. You guys ready?
If I think it's unfair, we'll get a tiebreaker.
In Super Mario 3D Land on the DS,
Yeah. So see, I got no goddamn clue.
it is possible to fly while wearing the Tanuki suit.
I'm gonna say false. In my, Super, what is it for the DS?
Super Mario 3D Land on the DS.
You know, I don't think the
No,
Tanuki
you
suit can
can't.
fly, so I'm gonna say false as well.
I'm gonna say false. Yeah, because that's 3D land. No, I
right.
don't think you can.
Yep.
I think you can
Okay.
like hover, but
right.
I don't think you can actually fly.
Yeah, I thought it was gliding.
All right. We'll give everyone a second to think about it. The question is, in Super Mario 3D Land on the DS, it is possible to fly while wearing the Tanuki suit. And we're not saying like with a Game Shark or whatever, because that's cheating. Because you can do anything with a Game Shark.
Middle.
Kendo, don't cheat.
Middle. Middle is not an option.
All right. The results are.
It is fiction. You are both correct.
Woo, we're
It
still tied.
is, however, shown that Mario and the Toads appear to be flying while wearing Tanuki
Gliding is
suits.
not flying, Nathan.
In the
It's
credits.
falling with style.
Right? It's falling over time.
Falling with
Tim,
style.
you got it. Yeah.
Falling with
Toy
style.
Story, man. Toy
Thank
Story.
you, Tim Allen.
Wow, so we tied. That was
There we go.
awesome.
So tie. We're even.
We are
Yeah,
awesome
yeah,
together.
You guys did tie. I'm impressed. You got 13 to 13.
Hey, chat, what did you guys get? Everybody push your scores.
Yeah, post your scores. Kendo's probably going to put like 60 million because he's a jerk.
We will know if you're lying. So it's flying, Nathan. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
Well, at least I didn't lose. That's all that matters. In the scheme of things, I'm still in the lead.
All right. Okay, George.
Hey, I won one previous game, so.
That is true. But
Pax,
you,
this
you
isn't
weren't able to play
QI. There
that
are
game,
no
so-
negative sevens. There are no negatives.
There are no negatives.
The Negativatron.
Indeed. All right, so that was Fact or Fiction.
That was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Don't do it.
Here we go.
Don't.
Is it a fact or is it a fake? It's fact or fiction.
There you go.
Perfect.
Damn it.
That was Fact or Fiction. I hope you guys
That
enjoyed
wasn't too
the.
bad. You enjoyed yourself, and don't lie about it.
No, it was fun.
I hope you guys all had fun with that one.
It was.
I believe that our next Japan crate should be coming this week.
It should be here before.
So
We're
George,
actually gonna have
next
a real
Monday.
show? Oh God.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
I don't
normal
even know what
show.
that's gonna feel like. I'm gonna have to make
Oh,
sure I'm heavily
yeah.
inebriated before I go, so I
Sweet.
can fit in.
Please don't.
That'd be awesome. You can
I swear,
fit in.
drunk, I'm not God.
I've only had tea martinis.
I feel like that would be such a good episode.
First of all, we love QI in this house. We love it.
Yeah, QI is pretty amazing. Stephen Fry is the man.
The most wonderful.
Yep. He should just narrate everything.
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 My life forever.
All right, well, I think that wraps up our show. And, you know,
I had a lot of fun being a spooky ghost.
it
and
was
invisible.
a good show, regardless of technical difficulties and people just seeing my ugly mug on the screen all episode. However, I appreciate you guys coming out. George, thanks for joining
Hey
us.
man, it feels good to be back in the swing of things. Man.
Yeah,
I
how
went
was your
through,
trip,
like,
anyways?
12 episodes. I feel like I missed. It was good. I had a lot of fun. I went to Dave and Buster's, which is freaking awesome, by the way. You would have loved it, and you can.
That is
drink.
pretty great.
You
I love
can
Dave and
get
Buster's.
Wasted and play in the arcade. It's amazing. But we actually won
That's cool.
Super Mario Maker while we were there. Which is for the.
Oh, really?
We were like, this is amazing because some reason we were like all pulling the clutch, and I literally won like 5 jackpots while I was there. And then
Oh,
everybody
that's
just
awesome.
kept winning jackpots. Ashton actually won a claw machine by himself. Yeah, I was.
How do you win a
like,
claw
actually won a
machine?
prize.
Dave and
I
Buster's
was
is
like- I
pretty
was like,
good.
Did you just do that? And he
Nice,
didn't even realize
that's
he was
awesome.
winning because he was just like spamming the button or whatever. I'm like, you just won a prize. He's like, yeah, just losing his mind. And it was awesome. But no, I had
That's
a really
awesome,
good time.
dude.
It was really fun.
That's cool. That's
Glad I
really
missed
cool.
it.
And thanks
show
to
them.
everybody in chat who
Yeah.
showed up and played.
Thanks for
game
hanging
with
out
us.
and playing the game. And George, it was a pleasure to
Oh,
have you
God,
back,
it was
man. I
good.
missed
you too, man. I'm glad we were able to get back
Yeah,
to it today.
well, next week, normal show.
And yes, Dave and Buster's
my
is the
schedule will
best
hopefully
theory.
my my week will hopefully chillax a bit by the end of
hopefully.
it, and I can clean up. But you know, it's a good thing that the show's Mondays because I just gotta say Tuesday is Fallout, and I'm probably gonna be dead to the world.
Who knows what's?
That's all I'm gonna be streaming. So get used to it, guys. Sorry, but I'm gonna be
Fall for
glued to
days.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna be glued to Fallout for a while.
We're glad you
so.
had fun, Siri.
Nathan, don't be perverted.
Oh, you know you do, Nathan. We love playing with you, man. In all the best ways.
I'm leaving now.
All right, now that Caitlin's
All right, guys,
leaving,
have
we
a-
can start the show.
It's gonna be a great show.
Sausage fest.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and we had a great time. And we will see you all next week.
Later.
What? And I'll be
John
back on later tonight to play some Black Sea Odyssey because it sounds really fun. And I'm gonna make some tea here in a bit because tea is awesome. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Salute.
John.